Good evening, everyone, and welcome back as we get some volume on the go. And welcome back to another league race, but on a different game. We're on F1 23. We've got new driving for this season in terms of traction, and the cars feel slightly heavier this year. The braking zones are a little bit longer than they were in 22. The cars are a bit slower as well this season. I'm not sure if they've corrected that or just made them a little bit slower, but anyway, we've got 19 drivers this evening. Of course, the usual full qualifying session we have on a Wednesday evening. We'll lose the bottom 4 as we have 19, then the bottom 5 from 11th to 15th, and then we'll have the Q3 with the top 10 shootout. And we're on round 5. We were supposed to have Monza at round 5, but it's been moved to the end of the season. So round 6 was Canada, now round 5. And it looks like, hopefully, we'll have a good race. We were in Brazil on Monday. It was a sprint race for that one. Unfortunately, it wasn't on the channel. It was on Short Marcus's channel, so check that one out if you do. It's Short I think it's just Short Marcus, actually, is the channel for that one. And we've got Short Marcus actually leading the championship in Wednesday still with 95 points, with Chuck behind on 83. Close behind him is Josh McGill in the Alpine on 82 points. 69 points for Chuck Linacki is on 43, so a big drop to 5th from 4th. Williams is leading the Constructors' Championship with 131 points, followed by Alfa Romeo with 112 points, and the third team into the hundreds now are Ferrari on 103 points in third. So, as we said, new game, new start mid-season, and the one thing that I've already noticed, as of course we have Lee with us, but he's a little bit behind just at the moment. He's just waiting for his game to copy and get on, which should be in a minute or two, but Lee, the new graphics for us commentating, one, having the logos up is so much better for us, I think, now, and just the fact they just look that little bit tidier and a bit more like you're watching on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, right. Me, myself, have not had a chance to actually have a look at it yet, so this is going to be just a first impression for me as well, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm just loading in right now.
Oh, have you had an invite? Because I'll send you one quickly. I should have done that before. Have you had one?
I'm all good. I've got one now.
Okay.
Yeah, so now that the technical issues are out the way.
Technical issues. More that Lee forgot that there might be an update.
I didn't even knew there was an update.
I didn't know, but it might have been for the PS4, not the 5. I don't know. Don't think I have.
That's not a message. It was like basically.
I would have told you if I'd have known, but I didn't know. So Ethan Haynes goes on to the top spot. Let me know when you're in. We'll talk about the updated graphics. Only a slight tweak, but there's as I said, there's a major one with the colour of the team that they're using on the thin bar next to the position number on the leaderboard, and next to it now we have got the logo. So no mixing up Williams and Alpines and Red Bulls anymore.
Oh yeah, because I'm not going to lie, that was nippy as... Like, they were just too similar. Alpha Tauri, like, what was it? Alpha Tauri, Alpine, Williams, and Red Bull.
Red Bull, yeah. Alpha Tauri, not so much now. I think I could already tell which one was the Alpha Tauri, because it's a very different shade of blue. But yeah, we've got too much blue on the grid. Unfortunately, as we're watching Teesman come around the final corner in the 2023 McLaren livery, very similar to the year before, as he goes third fastest. Are we in yet, Lee?
Yeah, just this thing just came up. Alright, I was wondering what this thing that just came up there. Anyway, just loading in now.
So Short Marcus has set a lap time on the intermediates, as well as Chuckle, who's just finished his first attempt. We do see this from time to time, as Lee is now joined, which means he will actually be in the session. Remember to press triangle, Lee.
Oh no, I didn't do that. That, to be honest, I was doing force a habit doing that, so.
What, you haven't pressed triangle? You have pressed triangle?
No, I have. I was joking.
Oh. That got me worried then. As we see Phil make his way around the hairpin of turn 10 through the left and then right of turn 11 and 12, which aren't really corners, before we get down to the most famous two corners on this circuit, the Wall of Champions. I'm not sure if I was saying to Lee earlier, we were talking about this, about the fact that chicane is a bit different. I think it's been a bit tightened. Maybe not. I think they've just extended the wall on the right-hand side. The one thing I did notice is, obviously, we had the Canadian Grand Prix a couple of weeks ago, and they have put a wall now. I don't know if you noticed, Lee, they've put a wall on the exit of turn 2 that cuts off that bit of tarmac now, where you could sort of, bail out at turn 1 and just go straight over turn 2. Did you notice that? That's sketchy, I thought.
I seen that, and then also they made the pit lane exit longer, like the barrier.
Because that shot was always a really good shot, I thought, coming into turn 1, where they panned from the straight, but now you can just see like the little T-cam at the top. That's the only thing you can see. Until they obviously come within a sort of 50 metres of turn 1. So Phil is gone 6th place. So Lee, what do you think of the new graphics? I said not hugely different, but definitely helpful.
It's alright, to be honest, Trying to look through them all. But it looks alright.
They haven't changed any of the kind of settings. We were maybe talking about the HUD. Is that the right word? HUD? Yeah. Yeah. The heads up. Yeah. HUD. It's not on the Halo like it is. I wouldn't mind the thing we've got right now. It's fine. Like, it's quite a good design, but I wish the standard in Spectate would just pop onto the Halo instead. Sort of by the driver's steering wheel when you're on board.
I think if it was like a proper T-cam, like right in the middle sort of camera view, then it would line up quite perfect.
It would, but have you ever noticed in real life that they're actually, the camera we're looking at is more realistic because they're never straight on. They're always slightly to the left or to the right.
Yeah.
So, I had just had another driver cross the line. Not sure who that was. We've got Swanee on a lap as he makes his way into the chicane of 6 and 7, and now goes down the first of the DRS straights of 3 on this Gilles Villeneuve circuit in Montreal, as he makes his way out of the second chicane and down towards turn 10. Of course, saw George Russell hitting the wall there quite hard at turn 9 a couple of weeks ago, and then subsequently did retire at the sort of latter stages of the race, as we now see him make his way down to the Wall of Champions, getting up to over 200 miles an hour when you hit the brakes, sort of taking this at about 80-90 miles an hour at apex speed, and then we make our way and stay to the right hand side to get the quickest run to the line and go 7th fastest. So Faulkner is invalidated. We've got Aki negotiating the start of Sector 2, which of course is turn 6 and 7. Got a car ahead of him. That was a Haas. He's just gone out the way. Easy. It seems like this year the cars are much more kind at riding the curves here at Canada. It's not at all circuits, but this one's seeming nice. So the braking zones are a bit longer. Drivers are not used to slamming on that left pedal as early as they have to. It's not that much earlier. It's probably 5 or 10 meters earlier than the last iteration of this game, as we Now watch this red and black Alfa Romeo make his way through the final two corners. Just got away with that on track limit. Stays to the right hand side, then chooses to go to the left. Then almost stays in the middle. Aki puts his time in and goes 11th fastest with a 1:12.873.
I think what Aki was trying to do there was trying to pick up the slipstream from the car ahead. But I think it kind of messed him up a little with him turning left and right.
So I think the next driver, Lee, will be Ginge in that all black now. The return of the all black Mercedes.
Yep, he's just coming up to the second DRS section. And this is one thing I'm not really a fan of, is the way this DRS section does work. There's a Super Prodigy putting in a 1:10.9. Nicely done for him. First one into the 1:10s. But yeah, that have been seen as it's only one detection point between two DRS zones.
Yeah, same as Mexico, isn't it? Mexico's like that as well. Is there any more than that? I feel like there's a couple of others that are like that. Or is it just...
I'm not sure.
Because there's not a huge amount of tracks that have 3 or more. I know obviously Australia now, and it does have it in this game, has the 4 DRS zones. The other thing I noticed, Lee, on Monday, I wasn't able to participate in the full race just because I had other things to attend to at the last minute, but I did do the sprint. If you go offline in this game, you can pick up marbles. It really affects you on the brakes.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And the car does seem to sort of snap more mid-corner. Yes, the traction on the exit is a lot better than it used to be, but trying to get the pace up in mid-corner is for me anyway, it's been quite a challenge so far. Admittedly, I haven't done as much practice on this game than maybe I should have done, but yeah, I definitely think they've extended that wall though at the Wall of Champions on the entry of the first of the 2 corners. Is nice job, mate. Crosses the line in 9th place. And they've got the Red Bull blue right this year. Because I remember last year, before they did the update, it was not the right colour.
No?
No, they updated it and they changed the colour. It was much darker than that. I don't think it was matte before, because I think it's... Is it matte now? Yeah, I definitely think the top bit of it's matte. Oh, and so a couple of things. I don't know if you've got the memo, Lee. Because we have problems on Monday. Just for the time being, we're not going to have formation laps.
Oh, yeah, I did see something about that.
But we do, which we haven't spoke about yet. We do have red flags.
Yeah, I've seen that in like the previews and everything. I do want to see how that is going to operate online. Like, what happens if there's a car that's a retirement, but like would be able to manage to get fixed in a certain amount of time?
I don't think it's that complex, no.
But that would be quite a good.
It would, yeah. But I just
like back in the race.
They'd have to maybe do it within a certain amount of laps. You crashing out, maybe. I think would be the only simplified way you could do it. But what do you know? I'm not a coder. As Ethan Haynes goes top with a 1:10.5, so 4/10 faster than Prodigy, who had already put in a cracking lap on the soft tyre in that Aston Martin, and probably now deciding to retire quite early. Could have had time to go out one more time, but it doesn't feel like that's going to be necessary, as Faulkner is just making his way through turns 1 and 2. And now through turn 3 and 4, and then through the flat-out right-hander at turn 5, and then we get on the brakes for turn 6. You want to cut the corner quite nicely here, but the curb can really set you off balance, and then getting as early on the throttle as possible, sticking to that racing line, getting close to the wall on the exit before we make our way down to turn 7 and 8. Another fast chicane here, also wanting to get close to the wall on the exit, and now this short blast towards the hairpin of turn 10. And now coming down the back straight, where here I find if you're on the inside, Lee, it's pretty much your corner if you get the braking right in race trim. As he does negotiate that final corner rather well and goes 16th.
Still in the drops. He's going to have to improve, but a good couple of tenths there at least. In full, he's not going to improve right now. Aki is improving, though. He's coming around 7 now. Aki's up by 4 tenths at the moment, but he's going to have to gain another at least half a second in sector 3 here. Is he going to be able to do it? Sure. He invalidates on the final corner.
Which means he'll be out because it'll invalidate his next lap.
Yep.
Probably didn't have the battery to do it anyway, but it doesn't give him an opportunity to go again. So Aki will be starting last in the Canadian Grand Prix, which is subsequently 19th place. As we see Inexa starting his final attempt with only a few seconds left on the clock before the checkered flag comes out, as he makes his way through the first chicane and around turn 5. Now on to 6 and 7. RTG Lee is retired from the session. He's still on the cusp though, Lee. I don't actually know, sorry, I don't think he could be knocked out. There's two drivers who, there's only two drivers left that can improve, and Phil isn't one of them. So Inexa is the only driver who's going to be able to improve. He's down by half a second. So this looks like it's pretty much over for him. Because the sector 3 is basically just two long straights, and unless you've got a horrendous exit out of turn 10 on your previous lap, you're not going to improve by that much. And he knows it and dives into the pit. So we've got our bottom 4, Lee.
Yep, Faulkner, Phil, Nixa and Aki.
As Phil makes his way into the pits in that 37 car. So we had a 1:10.599 is the fastest lap in Q1. We'll see if that gets beaten in Q2 or Q3. Sometimes we see the fastest time in the... So Short Mark is saying that he was using the wrong brake bias around the lap, so he's going to make that slight adjustment. And we'll see how much he can improve. So as we now end the session, Lee will give us our first rundown of F123.
Yep, so here we go. We've got Ethan, who's in first place, Prodigy. Second, Marcus third. Fourth was Chuckle. Matty Jones was in fifth. Sixth was Teachman. Ginge was seventh. Eighth was Jesper. Ninth was Matthew. Chuck was 10th. Nice job, mate. Lee, Bugatti Slovan, Swanee, and Mr. Brock will be the 15 that will be moving through to Q2. The ones not moving on will be Faulkner, Phil, Nixa, and Aki, who will all be starting 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. So, as we move on to the second of the three qualifying sessions, it's going to be quite interesting now. Is anyone going to be able to beat that 10.599, do you think?
Probably, yeah. It'll happen by the end of qualifying for sure. So we're now down to 15 drivers. We did have 15 minutes of this session. Now, of course, we're into the 1 minute 1 minute. Brain's going already. Into the mid 114. So as we see the Ferrari make his way out of the pit lane. And of course, the pit lane this year has now changed mid-season as well. So we got the Red Bull at the top of the pit lane, and we've had some changes from the previous year. And just watching the Mercedes come out, both of them out together. And we've got clouds, very thick clouds, Lee, over the circuit.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. It looks like, is it going to rain this session? Oh, we're seeing quite a few people trying to get out as quick as possible.
So we've just seen Poddy hit the wall there when he was about to start his first lap. He was warming up his tyres between turns 9 and 10, clipped the grass whilst he was weaving and lost his front wing. So he's straight back into the pit lane.
Well, that's diligent, but unfortunately for him, going to just be wasting a bit of his time and a wee bit of his tyres. On board with Matthews, he's just navigating turn 6 there, coming into the first DRS zone, into turn 7 and 8, he's using as much of the curb as he can on that apex. Nicely done, getting as close to the wall as he can. Hard brake into turn 10 there, sorry. Jesus Christ.
So we haven't seen any rain come just yet. We've had about 3 minutes of this session already as he makes his way through the final corner in that scarlet red Ferrari and sets the benchmark time of 1:11.1.
We'll say that is quite a good time there from Matthew. For judging on Q. Oh, and Ethan, there we go.
Already beaten his lap in Q1. Ginge crosses the line with a 1:11.12. Sorry, a 1:11.2. 1:11.12. 1:11.2. Haven't done it for a couple of weeks. I'm rusty as RTG Lee starts his first attempt in that Mercedes, sporting a yellow helmet. I actually just thought it was Lewis Hamilton's helmet there because it was so yellow.
Jones putting in a 1:11.8.
At least they kept the colour differences as well, Lee, actually, for the Mercedes, so we'll know which ones are which if they keep the same car all year, or the rest of the season. We'll know that Ginger's the blue Mercedes. Lee, as we're riding on board, he's on his first attempt, is in that fluorescent yellow Mercedes.
Yeah, fair point. What was that? There's one thing I'm not really a fan of, it's the Williams and just delivery.
I know what you
Duracell.
mean. No, the Duracell thing is an amazing idea. I got to disagree with you on that. That is the best bit of advertising I think I've ever seen. It does look good. I'm not going to lie to you on that. That's one of the things that does look. It does look good in the Williams. I'm not a massive fan of it. A lot of the cars though haven't changed from the last game. Of course, we've known that in real life for quite a while, but only 2 or 3 teams made any kind of major changes. One was Mercedes, but it just literally peeled the paint off.
Yeah, true.
Who else? Alpha Tauri, yeah, same. Alpha Tauri probably comes across the line with a 111.2. So after having that mishap on his first out lap, he's been able to set a lap this time around. He's not as good as what he would have been hoping. His T-Man does set a good time of 110.8. Yeah, not many of them have changed really. The Haas has changed, the Mercedes has changed, the Alpha Tauri's changed a bit, but the rest of them almost identical. But I suppose it feels a bit like, I know they change them every year now, but in football, do you remember sort of maybe more than 10 years ago now, between 10 and 15 years ago, where football kits used to go every 2 years and then they changed them?
Was it?
Obviously they change year by year now. That sort of started about 10 or 12 years ago. But they used to keep them for 2 seasons. The home kits anyway. But obviously we don't have home and aways in Formula 1. But I'm just saying it might be like that. Maybe next year we'll see a big change in livery. We might keep the same kind of designs for 2 years. I suppose for newcomers, if they only watch one season, they can easily tell which guy's which.
True. I mean, the Red Bull car is always going to be synonymous.
The Red Bull's never changed its home kit.
No, like that's always going to be known throughout all like motorsport and just sport in general. As them colours, and then also Ferrari as well.
Yeah, Ferrari, but no, I know what you mean. Mercedes arguably the same. They've just gone black or silver. It's been either one of those colours, and obviously it's only been black in recent years. So still 4 drivers yet to set a lap. Brock has invalidated his lap time. We've got Chuck on a lap, just going down the first DRS zone towards turns 8 and 9. And now getting on the anchors for turn 10. We need a good exit here. Use all the track on the outside. And he looks like he's got a car ahead of him, which potentially could be giving him a tow. I don't know if it will be though, because it's an Alfa Romeo. Just about to start a lap actually. So Chuck might have timed this absolutely perfectly for a bit of a tow to the line. What time is that going to be? Is he going to be in the 110s? And no, he invalidated actually through the final corner. I didn't notice that. So he's going to be absolutely livid. Apologies. And Chuckle just starting his lap, so was getting a bit of a tow, but maybe the Alfa Romeo just unsighted him. Maybe got a bit of dirty air off the car behind. What do you think, Leas?
In all honesty, I wasn't paying attention. I was checking the stream and just making sure everything was still going smoothly. So yeah, got a bit distracted.
No worries.
But yeah, I'm noticing that the pair of them are quite close together. Okay.
Bear with me 1 second, then.
seen Mr. Brock finally come out the pit.
Chuckle's about to finish his lap.
That would go through with a 110.8. Just a bother ahead of Teachman. But Slowan's going a bit slow because he's messed up his lap, but he's just getting kind of. Oh no, he's looking for fuel. Ah.
So,
Oh, let us see.
so we're just watching Swanee Day. He hasn't set. He has set a lap time, but not representative. As he now makes his way through turns 8 and 9. It looks like he's on the fly. He's got the fuel to be able to do it. It looks like he's got the battery as well, as he's 8 seconds up on his time. So that's looking a little bit better. But I've got a feeling this is not a fast lap that he's actually on. I'm not sure. 8 seconds. Still not going to be anywhere close. He's actually coming through the final corner. Maybe made his big mistake there. Getting to the line. He's going to be in the 111s just. So 111.8. And he's in 11th place. Oh, is there a Ferrari there that's gone around? So Bugatti on an outlap in that white, black and red Haas for this season. I do actually quite like this Haas livery with the MoneyGram sponsors. There has been rumours, I think, in the paddock that Alfa Romeo are going to be a title sponsor of Haas next season. So moving from Sauber, which has always been, is Ethan Haynes does a 110.1. So really getting to grips of this Montreal circuit. And dare I say it, could he be in the 109s by the end of qualifying?
It's a possibility we could end up doing that. See, he's improving by 3 tenths coming into sector 3 there. Which is just going into the final stretch before the chicane.
He's got his teammate ahead of him as well. He's going to give him the toes to the line. Does take those 2 final corners really rather nicely and crosses the line, and he moves up 1 place though.
Oh! 0.02 of a second.
Nice job, mate.
And Jesper.
Who have both done identical times, so very close for those final couple of positions in the top 10. As Brock has made his way around the final corner, and I think he must be just starting a lap as got Bugatti the next man up. The rear light was flashing, which means he was harvesting energy. Does this mean he's going again? Yeah, it looks like it with the battery he's got. It looks like he's going for another attempt. So I must say, Lee, obviously we've only seen the qualifying so far, but for a new game and only being around for a couple of weeks, the times are very close.
Oh yeah, definitely. Seeing, we've got Jesper, nice job mate, and Lee Craig, all within 0.02 of a second of each other.
Yeah, we've got 3 drivers in the 110.08. It's 110.8, sorry, and one of those is Matthews, just crossed the line. So could he be safe? Could both Ferraris be free? Sorry, Lee.
Oh no, it's all good there. Yeah, within 1/10, you've got about 5 drivers. You've got Chuck, Tiedemann, Matthew, Mike Jones, and Chuck. All within just over a tenth.
So I think a lot of these drivers are out there. Lee is out, and nice job, mate, I believe, because he set a lap time that was faster, but not fast enough. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't faster. It was a slower time than he did previously. We've got Jim still setting a lap, but apart from Brock has set his lap as well. So I think we've got a bottom 5 in Q2, Lee.
Yep, I think it's... Oh, nice job, mate. It's not improving. Yes, but it is.
Jesper improves. Not exchanged down to 10th, but he's through. I think Brock, sorry, is out.
Yep.
So we've got 2 Ferraris in the top 10, 2 Williams. And I think that's a lot in terms of teammates.
Yep.
But Ethan Haynes, take your hat off for him with a 110.1, 5 tenths faster than the next car.
Yeah, just under 5 tenths. Quicker than his previous quickest lap. And
Yeah.
he won. So we're really seeing the times start to ramp up again as we get further on in the qualifying sessions. So I'll have a wee quick rundown of the second of the 3 qualifying finishing order. So we've got Ethan in first place, Prodigy was second, third Short Marcus, fourth Chuck Tiedemann, fifth Matthew, sixth, seventh was Matty Jones, eighth was Chuck, Jesper in ninth, 10th was Ginge, and then the folk being eliminated in P11 was nice job, mate. 12th was Lee Craig, 13th was Swanee, Mr. Brock, and 14th and 15th is Bugatti Sloven. So, down to 10.
Down to the final 10, and we've got 12 minutes of qualifying action to come, and of course the fastest 10 we've had today. And crucially, it's a fight for pole and a fight for that extra point, and every point really does count.
So we're seeing, what, 2 Williams, 2 Aston Martins and 2 Ferraris.
Oh, 2 Aston Martins, I didn't see that actually, but yes.
See the Ferrari and the Alpine come out just identically same there.
So are those the first 2 to come out? Who else have we had exiting the garage?
Matty Jones and Prodigy.
And then we've got a Ferrari behind him, that's Matthew. And I think we've got the Alfa Romeo of Chuck after that. Chuckle, sorry, after that. And the McLaren of Tiedemann. We've got the majority out, so, sorry, just to refresh. Yeah, we've got Matty Jones up first. Then the 2 Aston Martins.
Prodigy, then Jesper.
Yeah.
Then we've got Matthew.
Then we got Matthew. Okay. So we will stick for the entirety of the lap with Matty Jones as he makes his way through turn 1 into turn 2. Has to be nice and gentle on the power out of turn 2. It's a arcing corner and it goes uphill as well as we make our way through turns 4 and 5, which is flat out but blinds as we go into turn 6. Slightly uphill here as we now get out of the corner so quickly. Are we through those 2 corners and then down this short DRS straight, and the shortest DRS straight, but this one here is the shortest straight. But we do see some lunges, dive bombs into turn 10 on occasion, especially when the race is just started and after safety car restarts, and maybe after restarts after the red flag, which we might see today, and I'm sure we'll see it at some point in either Wednesday or Thursday for me and Lee commentating in the rest of this season, as Matty Jones makes his way to the line to finish his first attempt with a 1:11.04, sorry, and then a 1:10.3 from Proddy. That's a better time from him. And then Matthew with a 1:10.4 just behind. And then we get into the 109s with Ethan Haynes. And he puts it on provisional pole with Chuckle going across the line with a 1:10.386, 3 thousandths of a second ahead of Prodigy. Short Marcus making his way across the line. He goes 5th fastest with a 1:10.6. And I think we have Ginge up next.
Yep, he's just coming into the final chicane now. He's very cautious there on the exit. It looked like, but here he is, comes across the line, puts in a 1:10.7, puts him in 7th place. And we've got Chuck up next. DRS just opened on the final stretch to the last couple of corners here. This chicane. Nicely done. We'll see what time he's going to be able to put on the board. 1:11 flat. Puts him into 8th place. So we've seen the majority of the field is in the 1:10s now.
Yeah, and there's only 3 that aren't. One is in the 109s and 2 of them in the 111s, but the 111 so it's again a better lap in there. They're sure to gain enough time to get into the 110s. But the drivers in the top 4, I said, for a new game for the first race on a Wednesday, first full qualifying of the season, first qualifying of F123. Very, very close time. So when we get into the next season, season 12, and we'll probably have a 13 as well during F123, these times should get closer. But this is a good indication at the start in qualifying anyway of what these cars, what these drivers are like with these cars anyway. So it's promising signs for the months to come. So Teachman is on a lap. He's a bit out of sync from everyone else. He's got a free track. He makes his way. Sorry, go on.
A lot of shape, coming around turn 6 there. We managed to make 7 and 8 nicely there. Even at turn 10. Nicely done there. DRS is going to be wide open now. I'm going to stretch this chicane. Using all of the energy in that battery, literally squeezing the life out of it. Where's that going to put him? Doesn't improve his time.
Yeah, he was just slightly down, just over half a tenth down on his time. As I said, he was a bit out of sync. I feel like he went on 2 runs there, Lee, as he cuts the chicane, the turns 3 and 4. But he has got time to get back in to put a fresh set of tyres on. That's so strange. I was seeing the number 3 on the McLaren there. We were used to that last season. So we'll have a minute or two before we see drivers come back out on the circuit. Once car from Tijuana is making his way into the pit lane, and most likely will come back out again. We'll see. Yeah, he's in 3 laps on those soft tyres, so he obviously I think he probably did a cool down lap as well to get the battery back up.
Yep. But
So
right away we're
out already.
Yeah, it was 2 seconds. Sorry, I had to clear my throat there.
No worries. As you were saying.
But yeah, no, I was just about to say that we've seen Jesper out a bit early here.
Yeah, we've also got a Ferrari coming out now as well. This is kind of time I'd start to see some drivers coming out. Maybe slightly earlier. This circuit is a short one, but I suppose they... Just trying to work it out. Yeah. They would still have enough time to go again if they messed up their lap, especially in the first sector, to charge the battery up and go again. So the circuit's short. You usually have the fuel to be able to do 2 laps on the lowest fuel you can put in, which is 5 kilos.
That's another thing. Some people just doing extra training lap.
Yeah, it seemed like he was always Jesper. Oh, he's not going to be a happy bunny. He's been blocked there by the Williams of Ethan Haynes. And I think just sort of slammed on the Yankees in front of him just to show his disapproval, Lee. I think that's kind of the F1 game equivalent of sticking the finger up.
Yeah. Well, there's that, or you could also do like a Vettel to Hamilton back.
Yeah.
Just bump.
There has been a few times where I've had an issue with a driver, and it's exactly what I've done. Maybe not slam on the Yankees, but you know, get in front of him and slow down and basically just block them, even though they're on an outlap, but just to show, like, you just blocked me. Thanks, mate. So, fortunately, as we said, Lee, with the time they had on the clock, including Jesper, it went out early. He's now subsequently had enough time to go again.
That's fortunate enough.
So unfortunately this time, just with that block, we've come a little bit out of sync.
Oh,
Matthew makes his way to the line. I think he's just starting his first attempt. I think we still have that outlap glitch, Lee, from the last game.
yeah, I think it's when we're getting into
Sector 3.
like, basically time to start going. That's when it'll start going really. Like in the sector, halfway through the sector 3 sort of. So, we've seen Ethan right now, he's going through the final chicane, getting right up close to that wall. So that comes across the line of 1 minute 9.874.
Very, very impressive lap, but he's got cars behind him who will be challenging for that pole position, and it's subsequently, that extra point as Chuck comes across the line, cuts the corner as Matthew makes his way to the line to start one more attempt with 15 seconds left on the clock. Really struggling to work out who's just set a time. Tiegemann has. He goes 8th with a 1:10.6.
He invalidated coming at the penultimate corner.
I think Ginge is just coming to the pit, so he's not going to be able to improve. We've got a Ferrari. Oh, sorry, an Alfa Romeo up next. That's Chuckle. Is he going to be able to pip Ethan to the pole? No, stays second fastest. We'll have a front row start for the time being. We still have drivers setting laps, improving all the time.
Getting bored with Ferraris right now as it looks like Chuck is slowing up a wee bit for Matthew to go on a bit of a slipstream.
Oh, this is interesting. So, no, he doesn't actually. He just gets out of the way, actually. So, he hasn't helped his teammate. Proddy is able to set a time, goes onto the front row, doesn't get into the 109s like Ethan Haynes did. What's Matthew going to do? We know he can put it on pole in the final seconds. Is he going to do it this time? No, but he puts it on the front row, and the only other driver to get into the 109. So that is Ethan Haynes on pole for the Canadian Grand Prix.
Yeah, nicely done there from Ethan there.
So it's everyone got into the 110s at least. So, as I said, looking very close. Let's see from the leaders. So it's only 9/10 between the top 10. 9.5 tenths, sorry.
So, this is the end of qualifying. We'll have a wee quick rundown of the order here. Ethan proving dominant in qualifying, getting first place again in the third qualifying session. Matthew just getting his Ferrari there into second place at the end there. Prodigy in third, Chuck on the fourth, Chuck in fifth, Sean Marcus in sixth, Matty Jones seventh, Tiegemann in eighth, Ginger in ninth, and Jasper in 10th. So, moving on to the main event. So as we wait and get ready for everyone getting their fuel loads, tyre strategies ready.
Sorry, Lee, I have myself on mute. So I've gone into the race director, Lee. We can actually see what tyres people are putting on. Matthew's putting on the hards in second place. Mediums for Ethan on the pole position. Of course, got that extra point in pole as well. We're seeing the American of Brock on the soft tyres in 14th place. A load of mediums everywhere else. It's looking like more mediums than anything else, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers on the hards.
Only one's gone soft.
Yeah, so at least we get to see it. We don't get a formation lap, but we do get to see what tyres they're putting on. They might change again because I don't think we've had a counter yet. No, just to double check that. We'll go back on the race director. So, Brock, the only one going on to the soft compound of tyre We still haven't got going just yet. Oh, now we are actually, as we didn't see a timer, as we got 5 red lights. First race of F1 23, and we're away in Canada for the Wednesday tier. And Ethan Haynes looks like he's got a pretty decent start, but not as good as Matthew as he goes into turn 1, into the lead. Proddy goes up the inside there, and now we have cars just making their way through turn 2. A few of them off the road slightly, as we'll get that back in the right order. Is nice job, mate. Goes onto the grass there, and Proddy gets himself a 5-second time penalty, gaining a place, cutting a corner and gaining a place. And Proddy's now down at the back.
Oh, I noticed that Ethan dropped down to 9th place there. Prodigy. He's not got any damage, it appears to be, so I think everything's alright. We've got Aki and is that Mixer there battling it out?
Yeah, right. Going side by side towards turn 10. Looks like Nexa's making a lunge up the inside. Is it going to work? Doesn't look like he gets the exit. The Hasses are squabbling for that 14th place as well as we make our way down towards turns 13 and 14 at the Wall of Champions. And it looks like Matthew has kept the lead for the first lap. He is on the hard tyres as we start lap 2. Aki just going up the inside, splitting the 2 Hasses there as Bugatti loses a place and drops down to 16th place. Talking about the number 16, that's how many places Proddy has lost and is running at the back with that 5-second penalty. So I'm sure he's not going to be the happiest man as it stands.
Definitely not, but there is always time for him to be able to come back. So I've seen Jesper and Ginge battling it out there for 6th position.
And Jesper, is he going to make a lunge up the inside?
Ethan's going for a move on the inside of Jesper at turn 10, but then Jesper's getting the traction on the exit there. Nicely done there. And managed to keep that 7th position.
And this is going to be the last.
To Ginge here. No, he decides against it, and this is going to be a good chance. Oh, and just look back and see Ethan there hitting the Wall of Champions. Is he going to have any damage? It's affected his pace coming out, and he's got Lee Craig going side by side into turn 1. Lee Craig attempting it up the inside, but no cigar there, even though he's on the rear grip here, medium tyres.
Yeah, so very close racing between these drivers, and we've got DRS now enabled. Of course, the drag reduction system will give them about 10 or 12 miles an hour of extra speed for the driver behind another driver within the 1 second. Of course, we can start having a DRS train.
Sorry, just seen there that Fog in the pack. Prodigy is going for a move on Nexa. There we go. That's him using that DRS full effect.
Ethan Haynes there trying to go up the inside of Jesper. Load of drivers leaving the door open at turn 10. And with the way you have to brake
Mr. Brock is
just
wrong.
spun there. Yeah, looked like he spun at the hairpin at turn 10. As we look a bit further ahead, Aki trying to look up the inside at the Haas, and he clips the rear end. He's able to get it back into control. It's going to make him vulnerable though to the other Haas, but he also got a bad exit out of the final corner. And there's only 3 tenths that separate the leaders at the moment. It's Ferrari versus Alfa Romeo.
Keeping a close eye on this battle for 6th position here.
Oh, as we have a yellow. That's Proddy again, really struggling at this Montreal circuit. Not having the best of days.
Ethan and Ginger battling out. Now Jesper's managed to make the place up. But it seems Ginger's made a mistake. Now he's got his teammate Luke Craig there looking for to gain a position, but nice job, mate. It's battling out as well. I think he's just got a move done around you outside the turn 10. Nice fun there from the Red Bull driver. moving up into the 9th position.
As we were saying, that Chuckle has now gained the lead as Matty Jones takes 4th place. His Chuck looks like he's using energy there. Trying to catch back up.
Oh, as Faulkner run turn 8.
There's Phil and Aki go side by side through the first corner. Aki up the inside at turn 2, gets the better traction as well, and has moved into 13th place. Getting some extra points under his belt in this first stage of the race. Of course, we have points pretty much all the way down to last place in RTG, and not just the top 10. So everyone's fighting for something. And we've got this big train of cars in the midfield.
Yeah, I'm seeing. On 4th, down to 11th. I'm pretty close, but just that little bit out. But it looks like Ethan Haynes has just got the move done there into turn 13 there. Nicely done.
Oh, as we've got a Mercedes around at the Wall of Champions, took off his entirety of his front wing. Luckily you have ghosting enabled. Driver's now going to have to go past. We've got a virtual safety car. It's nice now, Lee. We get to know what it is without having to guess.
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. Oh, Phil getting a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. So it seems the hard compound tyres are actually holding up, as you're saying, to 6th place is all on hard compound. Except from Triple in first.
Yeah, I mean they've got 4 cars behind the top 6 on the medium tyres. Looks like the softs haven't worked for Brooke, but this virtual safety car might work for him if it stays out long enough. Which it hasn't. It looks like it's. Is it coming in? Oh, it's not struggling to get any temperature in those soft tyres. So as the leaders go across the line, drive-through penalty for Ethan Haynes, speeding under the safety car as we get back underway on lap 7.
Oh, and he's just lost 3 places there.
So just seeing a scrap for 6th place, and Ginger's been able to overtake the Aston Martin of Jasper. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Who could that be?
That was Ethan there. He walked up going into turn 3 there, and it's like it just understeered it.
Nice job, mate. He's getting very close. Of course, just having the virtual safety car means you still have DRS enabled once it ends. It's a bit different with the safety car. You have to wait those mandatory 2 laps, but it means nice job, mate. Who's right on the gearbox of that Aston Martin. Has an opportunity here, but it's so hard to overtake into the Wall of Champions. As soon as the driver ahead takes that defensive inside line, it's pretty much impossible unless you have some superior straight line speed, which is looking like Jesper's got as he's gone up the inside. They've made contact. Ginger's been able to hold on. I'm not sure if Ginger should have backed out of that and waited. It looks like he's given the position back. What do you think, Lee? Do you think Ginger was a bit over aggressive with defending there?
I would say there. I mean, they were side by side. He had every right to be there, but I think both of them were just a bit too, not willing to give it up.
No, as I've said a couple of times.
Oh, he's retired.
Ooh,
He's had enough.
Ethan Haynes, yeah, without drive-through penalty, I think was too much to bear when we got towards the end. So we'll get back underway. We do have a yellow flag, but it's nothing to worry about.
You see Ginge is eyeing up that 6th place.
Nice job,
now,
mate.
but
Eyeing up that
nice
7th
job,
place.
Yeah, nice job, mate. Up the inside of Ginge, but is Ginge going to get the traction back? It looks like he is.
Well, I'll tell you something. Jesper is very vulnerable at this point. He's got two drivers fighting, and they go past him like Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher down the Kemmel Straight at Belgium in '99. As now they go through the final corner at the Wall of Champions. Jesper has lost 2 places. Ginge has gained a couple. Gained one as well as nice job, mate. And Phil has also retired in the pit lane.
Oh.
But Jesper was an absolute sitting duck there, Lee, and he's also now got Tej right behind him. He looks like he's going to go up the inside at turn 4, but didn't have the momentum to stay alongside. Got a bit of a snap going into the corner. If you carry too much speed here, it really does punish you in F1 23. And short Marcus is around. Yeah, our commentating colleague is come a cropper at turn 9. Oh, his Tej has gone far too wide. Open the door for short Marcus to move back up into move up into 8th place. Yeah. Well, this battle for 5th has been very exciting. We've got another driver, I think, is retired. That's Faulkner, I think. Not too sure, actually.
You get Faulkner, yeah. That's weird. This placement on 17. Okay.
And short Marcus gets past Jesper.
So let's see the course so far right now is shut. Looking to I'm not podium position. The DRS on Matty Jones. Unfortunately, his battery has been squeezed dry pretty much.
There's Jesper looking quick with that DRS open. We're seeing a Williams in 7th place, Lee, having to defend from quicker cars behind. I feel a bit of deja vu coming on.
Yeah, it's seeming like that.
Always, we now see Tej and Jesper, who made a mistake in turn 1, going side by side. Jesper's got that inside line. They still go side by side, and it costs them as Tej has now been spun around. These chicanes are not really corners where you can really fight it side by side. There is not a lot of room to spare, and Tej has played his cards and not had a good hand.
Oh, Matthew and Matty Jones.
Matthew's had an instant there, I think.
Yeah, I think he did it.
Yeah, he definitely has. He was leading the race. And now he's got his teammate breathing down his neck. And they both have the DRS on the Alpine. Nope.
I was going to say that he's got the DRS, so there's at least a silver lining there. Ginge retaking that 5th position. Off a nice job, mate, but looks like nice job. I've got to come back. Nope, he isn't. Just with the DRS making such superior speed. But fortunately for a nice job, he could see that light in front of him is flashing in Mercedes.
Yeah. So I will say that this fight for 2nd place has now become very interesting as Matthew makes another mistake there at turn number 7. And it allows Chuck to move up into 3rd place. But it has also meant that Matthew Jones has been able to break away from that DRS advantage. Is Matthew going to go for the lunge at turn 10? No, decides to back out a bit with his teammate, but it has unsettled his teammate on the brakes, which could give him a good run towards the wall of champions. He's going for it. The rear light flashing on the sister Ferrari, and he's got past. Yeah, just was unable to do anything about it. It's one of his nice job mate who moves back up into 5th place. These two have been switching positions at the wall of champions pretty much every lap for the last 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah, it's been quite interesting, but one thing that is the question is which one of them pit first?
And Teachman's being the man that pits first. That was a cool list.
I don't know, like we've seen a few other people pit, so we've seen Mr. Prodigy's pit, XLE Craig and S11 have all pit, so but of course Mr. Brooks did start on the soft compound higher. What is all about these two is they're battling out tooth and nail for this position. And now just ahead of them you can see bright red of this really just ahead in 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, well, they've got some cars catching up with them, and we're at the point of pit stops where one of the Ferraris comes in, that's Chuck. And where's this going to pull him out? I'm thinking sort of maybe 10th or 11th, something like that. Maybe Mr. Brock will get past him. We're having a slow pit stop because, yeah, he had a front wing change actually, so yeah, he's 100%. He's going to come out with some gap ahead of him and behind him actually. He's just where he is right now, 12th place. That's where he's going to end up. As Bugatti and Inexa make their way through the final corner. Now across the start-finish line is Lee Craig gets past Inexa.
Right. Let's see, we're down to 5 people who's not got a penalty right now.
Yeah, well, you called it before the race, didn't you?
Short Marcus and Teachman. I did call it. Oh, there's Nixie getting another one. I did call it because, well, this track is notorious for people getting penalties and just not managing to keep it within the white lines. So Aki's into the pits now. Lee Craig's looking for a move on the hearts of Bugatti Sloven just ahead. He's probably DRS, but I'm not sure if he's going to have the speed. Not just with the luck of
Oh, Ginge.
Ginger.
He's round. Oh, and he's reset to track.
Ooh. Naughty.
And he's got Proddy getting closer, and he will do through the next couple of corners as his tyres are red hot. I don't think he's got damage, but now he's within the DRS window. Ginge being one of the only drivers left who hasn't got a penalty just yet as he goes wide through turn 10.
He's got front wing damage.
Oh, he has got front wing damage. Is it front right, is it?
Yeah. The right hand side end plate. Well, of course, we're sitting in the car. But it looks like he is going to be going into the pits, but he's going to be careful. Yep, he did break that wee bit here.
Oh, he didn't break early enough.
He did break earlier to avoid hitting the Prodigy there.
Yeah, I don't think he took into account the fact that the front wing and the fact the cars just feel heavier this year. So not having a good evening. But yeah, we're what, Lou? We're about to get to halfway through this race, as we've got another yellow flag. Who's that? That's the other Mercedes of RTG Lee.
Around at turn 5 there.
Silver Arrow's not having a good day. We've got another virtual safety car out.
Oh no.
This is going to have helped a lot of people.
Chuckles in.
Matty's in as well. Yeah, they're all the hard drivers. Oh, nice job, mate. Stays out.
Short Marcus stays out as well. Now, is he going to be able to get Chuck out? This is going to be a
no.
No, he isn't.
Drive-through penalty for Proddy. Oh, no.
This is pure nail-biting, man. And he's just done a pit stop and Oh, and Bugatti's got to drive through an I
think we've got ourselves back underway again.
Yep, there we go. Please, I don't know. He's retired in the pit lane. So now we're down to 3 that have not got a penalty yet. 4, sorry, 4. Teachman, Trump Marcus, Chuck, and no, Chuck over it, and nice job, mate. So he's up 10 places right now from 11. He's not had a good result in qualifying, but he's certainly making up for it here in the race. We're 17 laps in. He is in the lead, but he's yet to pit. Chuckle in basically P1 right now. One man fresh, pump on tyres. I think he'll be good.
He's got a yellow flag in sector 2. That's Bugatti.
Oh, and
is that going to cause a safety? Is that going to cause a safety car? I don't think it is. We've got other drivers now diving in. They took the risk in thinking that a VSC or a safety car would come out, but it hasn't.
No, I've seen Chuckle really gain on. Nice job, mate. Then fresh out, hard pump on tyres. Really doing the business for him. Teaching right in the cover. Go for a move. Something anything.
Almost pushing him through turn 9 as we make our way towards turn 10. I've seen some lunges up the inside, and he's going to do the same thing as we go into turn 10. Got the move done already, and he's going to have the DRS just to pull away and then sort of rein in on the Alpine of Mr. Brock.
I've got to say, did manage to get the overtake done. Perfect place.
And he's going to get a double dose of the DRS. Going to give himself some nice bit of healthy breathing space now to try and get a good first and second, or first sector really, and get himself out of the DRS range, which he already has done, of Aki. As I said, now the Alpine is his next target.
Now we've got battle for first place here. It looks like we could have Chuckle taking that first place off. A nice job, mate. There's still yet to pit, and here we go. Piece of cake. Manages to get it into first place again with the aid of the DRS. It's a nice job, mate, going to be able to take the hint that his tyres are gum and he needs to go and get new ones put on.
I think he's actually going a little bit longer here as Chuck gets past Jesper, moves up to 6th place. I think he's going a bit longer here, maybe to go on the soft tyres at the end. We had a couple of VSCs, he saved his tyres for 2 or 3 laps. I'm not sure it's what I would... do. Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to have DRS, though, down here. He's just now really struggling and gets him a spot of bother through turn 7. No one likes a smart ass thing. As we go through turns 8 and 9 and towards turn 10. And see if he has trouble on the brake and turning at turn 10. Just missed the apex and struggling to get on the power. When the tyres go off in F123, they really go off and they do become a big handful. So he surely should be coming in this lap. He's going to have a lot of battery as well when he comes out, as Matty Jones gets past the Williams of Short Marcus. I think he's going for the softs. We've got a car out. Safety car deployed.
No.
Nice job, mate. May have done.
He's pulled off a blinder here.
No penalties.
No pit stop yet.
No pit stop. I'm thinking I would risk the soft tyre now at this point.
Ooh.
Our car's going to be able to unlap themselves now. I've literally got my fingers crossed for people.
Well, for the people out there that are lapped and are halfway listening, just be careful.
So is Chuckle going to come in again? Is he going to stay out? Is he going to go for a medium tyre or risk the soft? In Chuckle's position, he can't really come in. Do you agree then?
If he comes in, then I think we're going to end up seeing a whole train of other people coming in. I mean, we're going to have a real look at the gap. So he'd probably end up going down to 5th.
He's going in. He's going in.
So nice job, mate. He'll definitely get that. Matty Jones.
I think Matty Jones will stay out. I think, is he pit?
In.
He's
Short Marcus in. Matthew.
He had pit. He only had 4 lap hold. Nice job, mate. Soft tyres. Medium tyres for Chuckle. What's Short Marcus going to do? What's Matty going to do? Put on another fresh soft to set us me. I don't know why Matty's done that. I think I would have rather had the track position with a few lap old mediums and go back onto another set of mediums.
Yeah, I would say so myself. Tries to repent over Teachman.
Oh, the driver's struggling with the Delta here, or is the Delta struggling with there as he retires in the box?
So we're only seeing Short Marcus. Nice job being untruckle. Without any penalties. Oh, and sorry, but didn't change what I tried to be saying.
Nice job, mate. Nice job, mate's the only driver who's gone on the softs.
But are they going to be able to last on about 30 laps? We've seen.
I don't think. Well, the safety car isn't coming in this lap, and it might not come in next lap. If it doesn't come in next lap, he may have a big beaming smile on his face. They will last like 11 laps, I think. If he keeps them cool and not degrading under the safety car, he could have a good option. Next is just pit, so he's just coming out of the garage. So he's gone on the softs as well. I mean, why not? He's down in last place. I wonder if Bugatti's going to be able to unlock himself now. I thought he was going for it, though.
I'm just trying to stay on board with Chuckle right now and try and get a view of the safety car. See if any lights will change. Because maybe we'll see some.
Should go green, shouldn't it?
Because next set on Bugatti Sloven, I'm hoping that Bugatti Sloven could get out to unlap himself, as Next has managed to do. Bugatti, if you're listening, that would be Alright, but can't. Leaving the session there.
So I'm just staying quiet. I'm just keeping an eye on Inexa, who's just pit again, Lee. So we're definitely having another lap under the safety car.
It's quite interesting.
See, I'm not saying it's against the rules, but Inexa there sort of sealed everyone's fate with an extra lap. But he is absolutely flying to catch back up to the pack. So no, the answer to your question is I don't think Beati, who's now coming into the pits, is going to be able to unlap himself. So we're going to get going on lap 25, Lee. $11 laps to go. In terms of tyre performance, Lee, I'd place my bet with Nice Job Mate, to be honest. With 11 laps, so probably 1 or 2 laps towards the end they'll be falling off. But if he gets in the lead and gets a good few laps under his belt, he could be 5-6 seconds in the lead within 3 or 4 laps.
2 seconds.
So surely we'll have safety car in this lap any moment now. I think we could do another lap, but we're not going to. Safety car now in this lap. Inexa will catch up in time. That's for sure. So the safety car will go as fast as it can to get back to the pit lane, and Chuckle now has control of the pack. He has to stay at a kind of set speed. He can pick the speed, but he can't keep fluctuating and speeding up and getting heavy on the brakes, because these cars not having brake lights, that becomes quite dangerous. So he's got to keep his foot reasonable, and he goes really rather early, and as you see, safety car is in. It's caught other drivers unaware, but not the front 4. They were kind of aware to this happening. As we cross the line to start the next lap, Matthew was the next car as Chuck was looking to have a go. But wasn't able to get alongside as we go back to the front. A nice job, mate, as Brock loses a place. And Naki moves up into 9th place, so we've got 13 drivers left in this race. Chuck trying once again, tries to go around the outside, but isn't given the space and nudges that Aston Martin through turns 8 and 9 as Jasper goes defensive into turn 10. Proddy has been making up places, stayed on the hard tyre.
Oh, sorry, it looks like Nice Job Mate's going for him now. He's got the inside line going into turn 13. Oh, I don't think there was a little bit of contact possibly between Chuckle and Nice Job Mate. Nice Job Mate on them soft tyres. Effectively into the lead.
And of course, Nice Job Mate is actually a reserve this evening. And Chuckle, a bit of a distance behind, but still in the championship fight, will be wanting to get that win. And as Shortmark is in 4th place, he will be gaining quite a healthy amount of points. And maybe passing Josh McGill as well, who isn't here this evening. Chuck as well down in 6th, so he's going to be losing ground to the 1st place man if it stays as it is. But nice job, mate, already, Lee. Starting to pull that gap.
Yeah, but the thing is he going to manage to get a big enough gap until his tyres start falling off? Because it won't be that long until we do. And then is Chuckle going to have enough in him to be able to basically close that gap and get the lead back? I would say the best thing for Nice Job Mate to do would be to try and just stay out of that DRS range and try and preserve his tyres a lot if he can. To last until the end of the race. Mr. Brocken Aki battling out for 9th place there.
And of course, he has got time penalties as well. A 3-second time penalty, so he really is going to have to create a gap more than the DRS window. As Aki gets himself another penalty. We're down to 3 drivers without penalties, 2 of them in the top 4.
So essentially, Chuckle just needs to keep
Aki around.
He's going again. But essentially, Chuckle needs to just keep a 3-second gap. Doing his job, mate. If Short Marcus could just get a bit, that's it, under that 3 seconds to the leader. If he's only 3 seconds away from a Nice Job Mate, he could essentially get 2nd place here behind Chuckle if it stays the way it is.
Yeah, he's still looking strong. Jasper gets himself a 3-second time penalty again. It seems like it's happening a lot at the Wall of Champions as Matty Jones looks like he's got a bit out of shape there. He's almost going sideways through turn 2 as we dive down into turn 3. Get close to the wall at the exit of turn 4. Line turn 5.
So it looks like Short Marcus is going to have a DRS on Matty Jones. He's getting awful close to him. I want to try and keep as much holding as much as he can, because he'll know Nice Job Mate will have a penalty. Or he should do anyway. Matty Jones are getting a little bit out of shape.
Yeah.
Coming onto the back straight, this is going to leave him vulnerable, especially if they have no battery. Flashing like a pervert there on the back straight, coming
also,
there from Short Marcus.
The Ferrari of Matthews coming as well. He's got batteries to deploy. He's got the DRS. He's going up the inside. Oh, is they get ever so close. They make a slight bit of contact there. Medium tyre versus medium tyre. They go wheel to wheel through turn 2. But Matty Jones is able to hold on for the time being.
I think Nice Job Mate's tyres have just fallen off now. Well, starting to anyways. We've seen Chuckle has managed to really the pace on him and close that gap. Now it's down to just 3.5 tenths.
Yeah, and the other thing that's starting to happen as well is Short Marcus is now starting to make his way closer and closer to the top 2. I'm sure Chuckle will get past this time around, but they've both got the same amount of battery, and Nice Job Mate has got a bit of breathing space as we go into the final 2 corners.
That's the thing, Chuckle doesn't need to overtake him right now. He could just wait it out for the end, and he'll still get the win. 2 seconds.
Chuckle's still behind Nice Job Mate, and Short Marcus, hopefully for his sake, is going to get within that 1 second margin soon enough, as Matthews now closing down on that third place man. We go back into turn 10 for the 30th time today. And Chuckle just getting a better exit this time, and there's nothing that Nice Job Mate can do.
I've just noticed what a new feature on this game is the degradation of the grass. If you look at it on board, drivers coming into the World Championships, you can see some of the grass starting to make its way onto the track.
Oh,
So we're
right.
actually seeing more of track evolution throughout the session.
Where is the, sorry, I'm on board with Aki. I just want to see this quickly. Coming into the World of Champions.
On the right hand side. Exit the curve right hand side. See it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's wicked, man.
Just a shame they can't sort out the glitches, isn't it? We go into the hairpin. Short Marcus now has got within a 1 second margin, but the detection point was a few meters back. I'm not sure if he's actually got that. Oh no, he has got the DRS, so there's 3 of them now, and Matthew catching up as well. So Nice Job Mate still holding on the soft tyre, and of course having the 2 DRS zones here is really going to help him. He's also got quite a lot of battery. He's got 40%.
You've got top 3 and you've got the 2 mats in 4th and 5th there. They're just a ball here behind top 3 also. Oh, and Short Marcus earned himself a penalty.
Oh dear.
What was that?
Chuckle just has to hold on now. How many penalties? How many warnings has Chuckle got, Ray? How many warnings has Chuckle got? Can we find out? Can we?
He's been sitting on 2, I think, for ages. It says he's got 3 warnings, but that could be for maybe contact on lap 1, so could be 2, so he could end up with a penalty himself.
There's a little bit of me that wants him to get a penalty just to even out this race, because the top 4, apart from him, have got 3-second penalties. So if he did get one, it'd be game on for the top 4.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, let's see. What is it? Matty Jones, he's the only one with the 6-second time penalty in the top 5. So he'd actually getting another time penalty, but seeing whether it was going to affect him.
So we've got 2.5 laps to go. The Red Bull and the Williams behind that Alfa Romeo, just trying to put some pressure on, hoping that he will get a time penalty. Nice job, mate. Puts too much pressure on himself as he exited turn 7. He looked like he just touched the wall and has now struggled ever since. And it looks like Short Marcus might be going for it into turn 10. Nice defending there, actually, for Nice Job Mate. He just stayed sort of in the middle of the track. Didn't give enough room for the outside. There was enough room for the inside, but he had to be super committed to go for it. He did actually make contact with the back of that Red Bull, but I thought that was quite smart defending from Nice Job Mate there.
Yeah.
He didn't move under braking. I didn't think he did anyway. So, 2 laps to go in this Canadian Grand Prix. Chuckle is losing the race, but he hasn't got a time penalty to his name. The 2 drivers behind him do. They got 3 seconds. They're just praying that Chuckle will also get himself a penalty in this last lap and a half. But of course, Chuckle now just going to be trying to keep it within the white lines on the black stuff. It doesn't really matter, even if he loses the 2 places, as long as he doesn't get a time penalty.
Yeah, true. As long as he keep within the 3 seconds, but then again, these guys could always possibly end up arguing their case for getting a wrongful penalty, maybe. But yeah, as it's looking at the moment, Chuckle's got this in the bag, but then again,
So short Marcus going to go for it. Oh, nice job, mate. This is a battle we are going to see. As he lunges to the inside, gets on the brakes and they make contact. As they go through turn 2, they make contact again. Elbows out onto the final lap. That Williams now gets up into second place. Controversially, maybe. And they're going to try and scrap it. His nice job, mate. Gets himself another time penalty.
he's stuffed it for himself now.
Ah,
What was he, Mr. Brock, getting in as well?
short Marcus just dropping out of that 1 second. He's got back into it again, just hoping and praying that he'll get a 3-second time penalty. In the last corner, he could do it. He could do it, but it just looks like he's too far back to challenge or for it. I'm sure Nice Job Mate will be challenging for that second place and arguing his case for that final warning. He may have got one in the wheel-to-wheel battle at turn 1. That one should really be removed, and we'll see if Nice Job Mate, who is bearing down on that Williams, is going to have to go to the outside, squeezes him to the wall. As they go into the final corner, the Red Bull had to back out. And that means that Chuckle has won the first race in F1 23 in the Wednesday tiers. Short Marcus comes second. Nice Job Mate is third. Now turns to fourth with Matthew moving up a position. Matthew Jones finishes fifth, sixth for
Prodigy 7th, Jasper was 8th. Oh, Jasper gets put down to 9th. He's still there.
Ginger's DNF'd.
Huh?
That's very strange.
That's a weird then.
Very, very strange.
But hey, we just got a trophy. Even the commentators are getting trophies.
Hi, Nexa. Getting driver of the day. Not sure who I would give driver of the day to today, actually.
I would either say Chuckle or Nice Job Mate. Is it just me getting this audio sound glitch thing?
No, I'm getting it as well. I thought it was my headphones.
Yeah, so did I for a second. God damn it. How could I never sort it out?
No, I
But
would actually give it to
tomorrow.
Inexa Lee. He started 18th and he finished 9th.
Nicely done from him then, huh?
So yeah, I'll agree with the game. I don't know about you.
Did get 9 seconds worth of penalties, but still.
Oh,
nice.
yeah, actually. Oh.
He did do a good job though. Still, so. Honourable mention to him, I would say. But yeah, we'll have a wee quick rundown there. We've got Chuckle, who finished in first place, Sean Marcus in second, third was Matthew. Nice Job Mate was in fourth, fifth was Matty Jones, Chuck in sixth, seventh was Prodigy Jesper in eighth, ninth was Nixon, Mr. Brock was 10th, Ginge was 11th, Aki was 12th, and we got S11 in 14th, Teachman, Swanee, Lee, Craig, Phil and Faulkner and Ethan all did not finish this Grand Prix. So who was saying for driver of the day? You there?
Sorry. Yeah, I said Inexa. He did just say in the comments it was his best result so far. So we'll give it to Inexa, I think. Anyway, tomorrow night we're back for another F123 league race, and that'll be at Portugal for round 5 of the Thursday tier. And then I believe we're at. Bear with me 2 seconds. we're at Austria next week. So obviously we've got in real life the sprint race. Oh, is it? Oh, Prost saying different. Oh no, it's not going to be Portugal. We're going to have Abu Dhabi next week. So yeah, check that one out. Oh, sorry, tomorrow night. So check that out, and then next week. What did I just say? God, my memory is so bad today. Yeah, we'll be at Austria next week. And on Monday, we didn't have the league race for Monday on LGE. I'll talk to Short Marcus about that. If it will be back on next week, hopefully it will be. But if you didn't see Monday's race and you do want to check it out, just check out Short Marcus's channel, and I'm sure he'll put a link to his channel in the comments, as he was just on a minute ago. And where are we next? Monday. It is Spa next Monday for the next F123 race. So thanks very much for watching. Please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same place, for the Thursday tier race. It's goodbye from me and from Lee.
Peace out.